think it's more important than that. I think that she's having stress, anxiety, mental health problems, and that's causing the twisties. That these mental health problems that are being built up are affecting her performance. Let's have a look at what we've got going on here in the old chitty chat. Bravo to them speaking up. I accept people calling Simone Biles weak. And I thought this was an extraordinary story this week. The Twisties, it was called. The Twisties. The Twisties is when you get a bit off and you're spinning in the air. This is the tone of most of these articles, so this is important. The 4-time Olympic champion later revealed she'd been struggling with the Twisties, a type of mental block that affects gymnastics. The Twisties, a type of mental block that affects gymnasts. Hello, capital K. Nice to see you here. Yeah, at that level, a gymnast could kill themselves in the wrong headspace during it. So the point I wanted to make was that they've set the tone here as the mental problem is that during those twisting, spinning, I've read into this as well, you're exactly right. If you're a bit off, then it's not something that you're focused on and concentrating on. It's happening through muscle memory. You're not jumping in the air and thinking, okay, shoulders here, legs there, up, down, twist. You're just jumping and go. Oh, I hit the microphone. I'm so sorry. It's a natural process. You've learned through the practice and the repetition, and then when in competition, you just do it. There's another one with golf. I can't remember the terminology for it, but you get this thing in golf where you're putting, you hit too hard. And you've done it all your life. You've hit the putts at the right, and then all of a sudden you get this twitches and you bang the putts too hard and it chuffs you up. I get that. It's really dangerous if you're a gymnast, that having the twisties, being a bit off with that process, that subconscious mental process, that muscle memory, you can break your neck. I totally get that. But what I'm not happy with is the way the media, this Scotsman article is a good example of it, is they're framing her mental health issue as, oh, just the twisties. Sometimes you get the twisties, a bit like tennis elbow. Sometimes you get the shakes. Some gymnasts get it. I think it's more important than that. I think that she's having stress, anxiety, mental health problems, and that's causing the twisties. That these mental health problems that are being built up are affecting her performance. Not that she just woke up one day and she's got a mental cold, like a virus in her mind, like a mental virus that causes the twisties, and after a bit of a lie down she'll be all right. It's not that. The twisties are symptomatic of mental stress. But the news articles are being a bit like, well, yeah, bit of the twisties, so that's the mental health problem. It's not that we're going to address bigger mental health problems in society, the pressures on these athletes and the pressure to perform and be the face of the Olympics, and the sexual recently in America there was a whole thing with this doctor and the team and the sexual abuse and all that. These, and then you've got the COVID, and you have to go to Tokyo with a year late. She dealt with allow PTSD. There you go. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the twisties, and the twisties is cute, isn't it? Look, the twisties, a kind of mental block that affects gymnasts. It's not a kind of general mental health problem that affects us all, is it? It's the twisties. It's a little cute thing that affects gymnasts. Don't worry, we can ignore that next week when the Olympics isn't on anymore. I don't think that's the way we should be looking at that. I think we should be looking at that in a different way, and I've explained why. So we stand behind Simone Biles. We stand with her. We support her with words. Not just her, also Tyrone Mings that we looked at earlier, Simone Biles. We also stand with Adam Peaty, Ben Stokes, who's a cricketer who's recently had mental health issues. We stand with the people we mentioned earlier, Paul Gascoigne, and pick your sports person. We stand with you. If you're watching this and you play sport, you're thinking, why didn't he mention me? Oh, my promoters are not doing a good job. Why isn't my PR person getting me on this podcast? Speak to Lewis Hamilton's PR people. They'll say. But yeah, if you're in this ballpark, if you're a normal person like you and me, if you're you, same. Same. It's not your twisties that's, for you, for me, it's not the twisties, it's the feeling like I can't get up and go and face it. It's the feeling like, is this all there is to life and it's not going to get any better? It's the feeling like the idiots won and we've had a Brexit. It's the feeling like I'm not sure if we even want to go shopping because some chuffer will cough on me. It's all these things, isn't it? It's all those. It's the things we live with, isn't it? So you don't have to be an Olympic high jumper you just have to be a person. You just have to be a human. And that's why this Twisties it's not the Twisties. It's not just that. It's being a human, isn't it? That's what it is.